Hey love, I know we've been avoiding this conversation for a long time now, and I can't keep pretending that everything is fine. There's a weight on my chest, a truth that has been lingering and growing over time, and I can't hide from it anymore. It's not just the truth we've been avoiding, it's each other. The walls between us have grown higher and thicker, and I can't ignore the fact that we're both stuck in this uncomfortable space. This is so hard for me to bring up, and I know it will be just as difficult for you to hear. But I think it's finally time to stop pretending that everything is okay when we both know deep down that it isn't. We need to face the truth, even though it will hurt. I need you to listen with an open heart because I can't carry this alone any longer. I've thought about how to start this conversation, how to say what needs to be said without making things worse or hurting you even more. But there's no way around it, no easy way to bring this up. The truth is, there's been someone else that has brought so much confusion and pain to both of us, and I can't keep it a secret anymore. I need to be honest with you about what's been happening. This isn't easy for me to admit, and I know it won't be easy for you to hear. But I have to lay it all out. This third person, the karmic, has been part of this situation, and I know you've sensed it even if I never said anything. I know it's been hard to understand why things have felt so off between us, why I've been distant and emotionally unavailable. The truth is, I've been struggling with my feelings and didn't know how to communicate them to you without making things worse. But today, I need you to hear me out. What I'm about to say isn't an excuse for my actions. It's not an attempt to justify the hurt I've caused or the confusion I've put you through. I'm not trying to shift blame onto anyone else. This is my responsibility, and I need to own up to it. I want you to know that I'm being completely honest with you now. There's no more pretending, no more acting like everything is fine when it clearly isn't. I understand that you felt betrayed by me before. I know my actions, my silence, and my inability to communicate have hurt you deeply. I understand why it's hard for you to trust me, and I don't take that lightly. Rebuilding trust is difficult once it's been broken, and I've made it even harder by not being transparent. But please understand that I never intended to deceive you. I never wanted to hurt you, but I did, and for that, I'm truly sorry. It's not easy for me to admit my mistakes, especially about something as important as our relationship. But the reality is, we've both been living in limbo for too long. There's been so much silence and unspoken tension between us. It's as if we've been walking around each other, pretending that things are fine, but neither of us is truly engaged. We're just going through the motions, going about our daily lives, but there's a constant undercurrent of something wrong, something broken. I know this is hard for you to hear, but we need to understand where we went wrong and why things turned out this way. Maybe we've been holding on to each other for too long out of habit, out of fear of letting go. Maybe we've been too afraid to face the truth about how much we've changed, how much we've grown apart. The person I am now isn't the person I was when we first met, and I don't think you are either. We've both changed in ways we didn't expect, and that might be part of why things feel so strained between us. The relationship we have now feels like a shadow of what it once was. There's this distance between us, this invisible wall that keeps growing taller and thicker. I miss the closeness we used to share, the way we could talk about anything, the way we felt in sync with each other. Now, it feels like we're not really talking at all, and when we do, it's as if we're speaking different languages. We've stopped sharing, stopped being open, and stopped truly seeing each other. I don't want to live like this anymore, and I don't think you do either. Some days, I wonder if we've both been pretending everything is fine because it's easier than facing the truth. It's easier to stay in a relationship that feels familiar, even if it's no longer fulfilling. It's easier to keep going through the motions instead of facing the reality that we might be drifting apart. But deep down, we know the truth. We've been holding on to a version of our relationship that no longer exists. We've been clinging to what we used to have, even though it's clear those feelings have faded. I think we've stayed together out of fear of what might happen if we let go, fear of being alone, fear of starting over. I understand that fear. It's terrifying to think about ending something we've invested so much time, energy, and emotion into. The thought of letting go feels like giving up, and I know neither of us wants to do that. Still, the truth is, we've already let go. We've already given up on the things that made us happy, the things that kept us connected. It's been happening slowly, almost imperceptibly. We've been holding on to what we once had, but it's no longer enough. We're stuck in this cycle of pretending everything is okay when it isn't. Maybe it's time to stop pretending and face the reality of what we've become. Maybe it's time to admit our relationship has changed and is no longer what it used to be. I know it's painful to hear. I know it hurts. It might make you angry or upset, but please believe me, I'm not trying to hurt you or make you feel bad about what's happened. This is about being honest with each other, no matter how painful it is. We need this conversation to figure out whether we can fix what's broken or if it's time to move on. Perhaps we've been too scared to confront the truth. Maybe we've been afraid of what might happen if we face what's really going on between us. But we can't keep living like this, stuck in a relationship that doesn't feel real anymore. We owe it to ourselves to be honest, even if it's uncomfortable and brings up emotions we're not ready to handle. This isn't easy, but I believe it's the only way forward. Whether that means repairing what we have or letting go, I can't keep pretending, and I don't think you can either. I'm not asking for forgiveness right now. I'm not asking for anything but the chance to be real, to speak the truth, and to finally face what's been hanging over us for so long. We can't move forward without this conversation. It might not fix everything or undo the damage that's already been done, but I believe it's the first step toward understanding what's really going on. From there, we can figure out what to do next. I love you and always have, but we've reached a point where we need to face the truth, no matter how hard it might be. It's time to stop pretending and stop avoiding what's inevitable. The truth is here, and we need to face it together. Amen. If you'd like to show your support, you can give super thanks up to $20.